How's it going? So today is a video about a simple project which is based on publishing data into Kafka topic and sending the data to Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So I assume you have a Confluent account. So if you log into your Confluent account, and if you go to connectors, right? So here I'm not going to be writing producer and consumer code from scratch. So I'm going to be using connector to publish the data into a Kafka topic, and then stream the data into data lake, right? So to create a connector, um, you need to go to the connect this tab and click on connector, and you can create a topic here by clicking add topic. But when you are creating a connector, you will have option to create a topic. So if you go to add connector, right, then there are a lot of um, connectors you can choose from here. I'm going to be using a sample data. So the data gen source connector is due for my use case. But if you have a particular data source where you need to publish data from, for example, it could be Amazon S3 buckets or any other data source, right? There are lots of options that you can choose from. It could be HTTP as well, right? But here I'm going to be using data gen source. So click on that data gen. I already created an orders connector, which basically publish orders data into Kafka topic. So in this case, I'm going to be using users data, sample data, right? So once you selected users, you can go to add configuration here. So these are the available topics, right? Or you can add a new topic. So I'm going to add new topic here. So the topic name is going to be users. So there are 6 partitions by default. So I'm going to leave that as it is. Then so you can show advanced settings for the topic. But in my use case, I want to leave everything as it is, right? So I'm just going to save and create. So the next thing I need to do is select these users. So that would be the topic that I will be publishing the data into. Then continue. So here you need to generate API key, because in order for connector to publish data into Kafka topic, it need to have some link to Kafka. So you need to have like a Kafka API key, which will allow the connector to connect with Kafka, or to link or talk to Kafka, right? So I already have existing API key and secret. I can select that one, but for this tutorial, right, you can just generate new API key. So you click generate and download. So that has been downloaded already, right? So in if you're going to create a new connector next time, you can just use the uh, existing API key. So you need to remember the key and the secret. So what I'll do now is you can give a description to your API credentials, or you can just click continue and move ahead. So now The next thing is the basically you need to select the output record value format. You can go for Avro, JSON, JSON SR, or Protobuf. I'm going to go with JSON here, right? And the select here you need to select a schema, right? Let's see. So basically, the data schema is going, in my case, is going to be users. So I'm going to just select the users there. And let me see. So there are lots of options. So you can choose from here. Let me see advanced configuration, schema context, default JSON output decimal format. So I'm going to leave everything as it is, but in some case, you may want to add single message transform. You may want to add some transformation to um, the data you want to publish into the topic. For example, you may want to convert a particular column to string or to integer, or you may want to add a timestamp or something like that. So you can add a transformation here to do that. Well, here, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to click continue. So now the next thing is basically the summary of our configuration setup so far. So you can just request a preview and okay, now it says the preview is available. So what I can do is click this and go to this preview. So this is just the preview of the connector we've created, how it's going to, what the data will look like. So as you can see here, right, we've got this JSON batch of data, right? So, or record of data. So this is just a preview. Now that we've seen the preview, what we can do is review the connector and launch, right? So this is what we've done so far, right? This is the connector name, but you can change it to any other name, right? I think I have this name already. So I'm going to change it to data source connector user users, right? And um, so these are the other credentials that the credentials that we've provided earlier, for example, the Kafka cluster credential. Uh, this is what we've provided earlier. And this is the topic name and a schema context. So once you're done with the review, you can just click next. So here it's saying invalid configuration. There are two fields that require your attention. So these ones, I think maybe I did not provide it. So what I need to do is go to the download folder where this the key was downloaded earlier when I created it. So what I'll do is open the folder, right? And this is the API key. I'm just going to copy it and go back here, then provide the API key. Um, then the next thing is the API secrets. So I'll provide the API secret here. What am I doing? Okay, no. So that is the API key, and this is the API secret, right? So now that part is fixed, I'll go. I'm going to click next. So, so this is basically what the connector JSON looks like, the configuration, right? So the connector name is this one, and the connector class name is data source, and you have the name which is the data source users. Then the Kafka mode is Kafka API key. The API key is provided. Then the API secret is provided. The topic is user. Then the output data format is JSON. And then you have for this one, for this particular connector setup, I'm using a maximum of one task, right? So I can go ahead and launch this connector. I hope everything goes well. Okay, the connector is being provisioned at the moment. Probably take a few minutes to um okay, now you can see the connector is running. So what I can do is click this connector. You can see the overview of the connector. Uh, I mean, you can call it analytics. What is going on? The metric. You can explore the metric here. But the most important thing is to know that the data is being produced into Kafka topic. So if I go to user topics here now and click users, this is the users topic, right? Then I can click the messages. So from here, you can see that these data are being produced into this Kafka topic. Now, what I'm going to do is post this topic right now, and I'm going to write the sync connector, because this one is the source connector, is the one that's producing the data into Kafka topic. So the sync connector is going to be the one that will be consuming the data from Kafka topic, right? And I'm going to use that to write the data into data lake. So to do that, we click on connector, then add connector, right? So the connector I'm going to add is going to be ADLS Gen 2 Sync. Let me say ADLS. So this is Azure Data Lake Gen 2 Sync. Now to set it up, we have to go through the same route, right? So I have to select the topic from which I need to consume the data, which is the user topic. Then continue. Now, I'm going to use the same, I'm going to use the existing API credential. So um, the existing API credential is this one. So this is the API secret. And this is the API key. So after I've provided that, I'll click continue. Then the next thing is I need to provide the data lake storage into account name. So I assume you already have a data lake Gen 2 created. So if you don't have it yet, you need to go through online tutorials or videos on how to create Azure subscription and how to create a data lake Gen 2. So it's quite straightforward. So this is my data lake Gen 2, and this is the storage name. I'm just going to copy the storage name. So what I'll do is provide the storage name here. And if you don't understand what is being said here, you can just click on this info button, just highlight it or hover over it, right? It will give you more information. Then the next thing is to provide Azure Data Lake storage Gen 2 access key, right? So you can provide the access key or client ID or client key or Azure token endpoint. So you need to provide one of these, right? I think if you provide more than one, you're going to get some errors. So you provide one of these. The one I'm going to provide is going to be the access key. So I'll just head over to the storage, then go to access key, right here. So there is primary key, which is key one, and there is secondary key, which is key two, right? So I'm going to basically copy this key one. So you click on show, it will show you the key, then you copy it. Okay, once the key is copied, then you can go back to Confluent page and paste the key here. So now I can go ahead and click continue. So after that, you're going to get this page. So here it's asking for input Kafka record value formats. I mean the data that was produced into the user's topic is of JSON format. So I'm just going to specify JSON here, and the data I'm going to be writing to um, the data lake is going to be JSON format. I'm going to specify that here. So this is the time interval. I'm going to specify how hourly time interval. Then here you can click on show advanced configurations. So if you use Parquet, you can specify like snappy compression for Parquet file. So the um, so when the data is being written to the data lake container, right, it has to be written to particular directory. So I'm going to use a curated directory, curated. So if I go back to my storage here and go to my container, you can see I have curated container. Then inside the curated container, I have data sets, right? So that is where I'm going to write the data. So curated, then data sets. So now the path format is going to be in there. It's going to be like this, or it's going to be this way, right? So it's going to be year, month, day, and hour, right? So um, I'll leave everything the way it is. But if you want to do further transformation, like single message transformation, this is a case where when you want to write, before you write the data into that story, you want to do some transformation. For example, you want to convert a particular column to int or string, or you want to add a timestamp. You can use add SMT to do that, but I'm not going to do that here, so I'm just going to click continue. So now the number of tasks for this particular solution is going to be one, right? And you can see it's showing the price per hour here. So um, anyway, so you specify the number of tasks. I'm going to leave it as one, then click continue. So the next thing is this. The connector name is this, but you can edit it, right? For here it says Azure Data Lake Gen 2 Sync Connector 1. So I'm just going to leave it like that, but you can provide a custom connector name, right? So um, the topics, right? This is the topic users configuration. Of course, these are just um, some further information, right? This is what the connector JSON look like. So it's possible for you to design your own connector. So when you are doing that, if it's not on Confluent, when you are doing that, maybe you don't want to use the Confluent UI, so you have to create your own custom connector. So this is how the structure is going to look like. Or if you are using Confluent Pay, you can just use the UI, just use the click button and set up your connector. Right. So once you are done with the review, just click continue. So connector created. Now it's being provisioned. I'll just wait. Right. Okay. So the connector is running. Now let's go and check. So if I let's see the topic. Okay. Let me start. Let me go and resume um data production um, to the topic. So this is the one that I paused earlier. So I'm going to resume it. So the data can be produced, can be sent into the topic. Then we can consume it from the data lake. Let me check. So here you can see, right? So from created directory, then data set, then we have users here. So you can see we have year, which is 2024, and month today, and today is 17. So this is 20 in the UK. Um, so here it's empty data set. Anyway, um, so let me go and check the topics, users, messages. Okay, so you can see the data being produced into the topic now. See the live data production. Um, let's see. This was for others. Um, anyway, the data is supposed to look like this, right? It's supposed to look something like this when you producing the data into the topic and the data is being consumed uh, by the sync connector. Then the data gets sent into the data lake storage. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Um, yeah, so that is how you can accomplish this. It's form of source to sync data ingestion, right? So using Kafka. So if you want to do something similar, I mean, before you can think of writing producer code from scratch, you may want to explore connector options, right? So if there is a connectors available for your use case, it may be more ideal to go with that instead of writing producer code from scratch. But it depends on your use case though. So it depends on what you want to do. Yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and leave a comment. Have a lovely day and goodbye.